Trisha, we were just talking about the kind of choices you're making with films and how you are getting bolder with your choices. So, does it somewhere still feel jittery, when you actually take that plunge to get into a film which is going to be challenging to put up to the audience who are used to a certain kind of
correct.
Movie, watching films.
Yeah, correct. You're right about that. I do have my apprehensions, even a film, and to be honest, as an actor, I do feel a little jittery when I'm trying to break a stereotype,
Right.
because there are questions in my head saying I have built an image with a lot of hard work, so I don't want anything to go wrong at this point of time.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing commercial cinema, I'm still doing mass films, I'm still working with all the heroes.
Right.
So I don't want to do something so drastic which would take me away from that.
Right.
I still like the work I do. I like the whole being part of commercial cinema, it's what I've always liked.
Yeah.
So, to be very honest, Vrinda, there are times that I say no to films because I feel it may be too bold as a character, or I'm breaking too much of a stereotype. I don't do those films. Like even a Yenne Arindal, it took me a whole month between me and Gautam to sit, because I was not very comfortable playing a mother, and I was not very comfortable saying that, oh, she's already married and she's marrying again. I had that, and then after a point when I slept over it, I thought, if I don't do it now, when am I going to do it?
Yeah.
So, and that too, but again, I did it because it was a Gautam Menon. And I knew he's a commercial director. He's very, very aesthetic with what he presents.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to break a stereotype, but I'm somewhere in the middle. I wouldn't completely break it also. Because I still like the image I've built. And I like people to think of me a certain way.
Right. So, since we talked about fate a little earlier, do you believe in fate or you believe in destiny?
It's a bit of both. I have my moods. One day I believe just leave it up to fate, it's destiny. Another part of me believes only dead fish go with the flow. So sometimes if I really want something, I do take it in my own hands. But I do believe in a supreme power. I believe in God, and I do believe that what you put out is what you get.
Right.
So I'm not someone who stresses too much about the future.
Right.
I let it be.
Right.
Because everything I've stressed about and when I think back, I'm like, why did I even stress about it? So I just let it be.
Because you started off very early in your career.
Correct.
So, were you convinced that you were meant to be in this profession?
Not at all. It was something I just fancied, to be very honest. I never wanted to be an actor. I was still studying, and I come from a family where acting was very taboo. Initially, I'm talking about 17 years back when I started modeling. So it's something I just fancied because I started modeling, and I'm like, I want to be a star. That's all I thought. I want to be a film star.
So that was the cusp of change in life.
That's it. I just wanted. It was glamorous for me. It was like I want to be famous. It was very shallow things that wanted me to drift into this industry, and I didn't even think it would be this much hard work. When I got in, it took me a lot. It took me 2 whole years to get used to it. There have been at least once every week when I wanted to quit, because I'm a very spoiled child. I come from a family where I'm very protected. So I'm like, why am I doing this? It's a lot of suffering here. But when I started enjoying my job, I just knew I couldn't have done anything else. Yeah. Like today, if you ask me, I don't think I would have lasted in any other profession.
Yeah. There have been times where lot of stuff about you have been breaking news. I'm actually talking about your engagement.
Absolutely.
Right? It's like bomb ticking on, on the screen, right? So, does it send a sense of fear sometimes, like because they want you to be breaking news, right?
True. I'll tell you what, initially it was very, very hard for me, this industry, because again, the way I've been raised, the family I come from, it's very protected.